Knicks Nation, today is Tuesday, the 12th day of March 2024. I hope you're all safe and healthy today, and that your family's safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, who along with the first responders are every day putting their lives on the line to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage for us to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also the victims of pornography and child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on those who actually profit from these things, and double curses on the perverts that create the demand, the great demand for these industries. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. Name 600,000 almost, nearly 600,000 men, women, and children homeless in the United States, and millions around the world in similar or worse condition. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. Well, back in the day, like in the 90s, the Boston Celtics just come off 10 years, 1980s success with Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, guys like that, Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge. They had, a crew. Now all them guys were gone in the 90s. And they hired Rick Pitino from Kentucky, who had left the Knicks after 1 year, late 80s, won 52 games, then went to Kentucky, had fabulous success at Kentucky, and came back to the NBA with Boston. Now, problem was people in Boston weren't used to rebuilding. There was so much, they got spoiled by all of them years between the 70s and the 80s of long-term sustainable winning. And so Rick Pitino was trying to show them this is not going to be quick and easy. And so the reporters at Boston were acting like, modern reporters do, pains in the neck, ache, stupid questions designed to irritate and annoy. But Rick said, look, Larry Bird isn't walking through that door. He said, Robert Parrish ain't walking through that door. He said, Dennis Johnson not walking through that door. In other words, them days are over. We got to start over. But let me tell you something, Knicks Nation. Tonight, at Madison Square Garden, OG Anunoby is walking through that door. And he's going to be followed closely behind Juju and Mitch Rob. But let's start with tonight. So tonight, just the addition of OG Anunoby makes a complete difference with the Knicks. In my view, OG's been starting at the small forward spot, both in Toronto and New York. I don't know why ESPN has him at the power forward spot. I'm thinking he still starts at the small forward, and Precious starts at the power forward, which brings Josh Hart back to the second unit. So then you have Josh Hart, Miles McBride, Deuce, Sims, and then, you're probably going to have Bogdanovich come in behind Precious. And, you got to put up with the bum, but you get rid of one bum in Burks. One of them two bums ain't going to play. And so you got the other one, but that's okay. That's going to change too. Because, like I said, OG Anunoby's walking through that door. And right behind him on this West Coast road trip is going to be Juju and Mitch Rob. And so once we get all that crew back, we back. But for tonight, getting OG Anunoby back is going to make a huge difference. So now you're going to have Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, OG Anunoby, Isaiah Hartenstein, and in my view, you should have Precious Achiuwa because he's going to be rebounding defense boards. That's what you're getting from him. Offensive boards. That's what you're getting from him. So, and of course, he can score off the dribble as well, and even sometimes shoot a three. So I'm thinking OG and Precious will be manning those two things. Josh Hart does everything. He plays the 2, the 3, the 4, and he can play 48 minutes, as we know. But he's most effective coming off the bench. He always has been and probably always will be. He's in his prime now. Josh Hart is most effective coming off the bench, and he's most dangerous to the opponent coming off the bench. So I'm thinking we have Hart, Deuce, Jericho and either Alec Burks or Bogdanovich, depending on who Tibbs wants to choose between the two bums to stay in the rotation. So I'm very happy tonight. I know Tyrese Maxey's back. So what? We should be okay. Okay. I'm not going to predict a win, but I'm going to predict this: a step up in defense. And the defense already started stepping up from last Friday. Even though they lost Sunday, they only gave up 79 points and gave up 74 on last Friday against Orlando. So the defense is going to continue to step up with OG, and that's the big thing here. Defense should step up. Rebounding should step up. Now, up to Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Dante, cut them daggone turnovers down. It was them three that was the big turnover machines this last game. And Jalen admitted it, admitting he played like dog doo-doo, which he's right. So I'm expecting all three of them to step their games up today. So low turnovers, out-rebounding the opposition, high-level defense. I'm thinking under 100 points for Philly tonight. And so that should put the Knicks in a good position, to be okay today. But we can't guarantee nothing. This is the league. But OG Anunoby is going to make a big difference for us now. So then, going into Portland on Thursday, I'm really expecting to see Juju on Thursday in Portland. I'm expecting to see him on Thursday in Portland. And then Mitch Rob, before they come back from this trip, Mitch Rob's going to be back. So we in good shape, y'all. Now, this can't come at a better time because now, tonight, there's always, right now, there's big games. Every night's a big game. So tonight, let's see. Aside from us, Boston plays Utah tonight. Oklahoma City is playing Indiana. We're playing Philly. And then tomorrow night, we got Orlando playing Brooklyn. Indiana against Chicago. Miami is hosting Denver tomorrow night. So a lot of positions every night in the Eastern Conference is changing. Right now, Eastern Conference from 1 to 8 is probably separated. Let's see, not 1 to 8, 4 to 8 where the Knicks are. 4 to 8 is separated by 2 games. Yeah, Miami's in 8th and they 15 games out of first. The Knicks are in 4th and they're 13 games back at first. So that's 2 games separating from 4 to 8. Okay. And then you still got the Cleveland Cavaliers. We within sniffing distance. It's a little bit, but 3.5 games. And then 4.5 games for second place Milwaukee. So every night is important right now in March coming into April. This is where you start getting your playoff positioning. I'm still holding to the Knicks like I've been all year, 50 wins. I thought 4 to 6 before the beginning of the season. I'm sticking with 4 right now. I'm pretty confident the way this is coming together, the way these stars are aligning, they can hold 4. Okay, they can hold 4. So that happens. If that happens, the Knicks will have a home court advantage against the 5th seed. Right now, that'll be Orlando, but it could be Orlando, Philly, Indiana, or Miami. Anything could happen between now and the end of the season. Like I said, this is going to go down into April. The positioning here. And so the Knicks have a chance tonight, though, to solidify that 4th seed. They're only a half game up on Orlando, so we need to make this a full game. So let's see what happens here. But OG is walking through that door today. That is going to make an impact on the Knicks defensively, rebounding-wise. And then again, I'm expecting the Villanova crew to keep them turnovers down. We should be in good shape. You all enjoy the game tonight. You all enjoy your Tuesday. We'll talk. Shalom.